Tammy in Chicago, listening on WMBI. Welcome to Open Line, Tammy. How can I help you today?
Dr. Rydelnik, what an honor to speak to you. There was quite a heated debate between Senator Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson. I don't know if you know the clip I'm referring to.
Sure do.
Okay. How would you have responded to that exchange?
Well, let's see. The first thing is that the two issues that I've been hearing that came up, let's correct me if I'm wrong. One is that modern Israel is not the same as biblical Israel. Is that one of the first things that came up?
Yes.
Okay. I would say there certainly is overlap. When people say, is it the same kind of government? No, the biblical Israel was a theocratic government with a king. This is a modern democracy, a secular government with a prime minister and a parliament. And so it's not exactly the same constitution or structure, you would say, of the modern Israel as biblical Israel, but they were both nation states of the Jewish people, biblical Israel as well as modern Israel. And so as that, in that sense, it is the same. Doesn't have the same boundaries, and the boundaries always kind of fluctuated between the time of David and Solomon, then later on got a little smaller. But nevertheless, if we are we saying, is modern Israel the nation state of the Jewish people, the people of Israel, the ethnic Israel? That's true. And is ancient biblical Israel the nation state of the Jewish people, of ancient Israel, ethnic Israel? The answer again is yes. So in that sense, we have to recognize that it is they were, and also it's kind of interesting. The biblical prophets foretold, for example, in Ezekiel 37, the regathering of the Jewish people after their expulsion to the many nations around the world. They were going to be brought back to the land of Israel. And so Ezekiel 37 talks about them coming back in stages, and only once they're back, then they would have the Spirit breathed into them, the Spirit of life. And so it seems to say that they would first come back before they believed in the Messiah, Jesus, and only at the culmination of that time would they believe. And there are many other passages. Even so many of the end-time events needs to have a reconstituted Israel in the land for those events to happen. So when people say, is it the same? It's not the exact same kind of government, but it is the same nation state of the Jewish people. Secondly, the question is, let's see if I get the second question right, should we care about the Jewish people? And of course, I think believers, I'm not talking about governments, but believers need to. And the reason is, of course, Genesis 12:3, I will bless those who bless you and curse the one who curses you. And just recently, I was reading one of the shortest books of the Bible. It's called Obadiah. And the thing that struck me about Obadiah is it's a reminder to Israel that Edom would face judgment. And this is the reminder here. It says that Edom would be, this is verse 10, will be covered with shame and destroyed forever because of violence done to your brother Jacob. This is taking place or after the Babylonian captivity is what it's talking about. That when the Babylonians came and conquered Judah, the Edomites, who were their brothers, they were the descendants of Esau, turned a blind eye and, in fact, went along with what Babylon did. And because of that, they gloated over your brother, it says, in the day of his calamity. Do not rejoice over the people of Judah in the day of their destruction. Do not boastfully mock in the day of distress. That's verse 12. Do not enter the gate of my people in the day of their disaster. Yes, you. Do not gloat over their misery in the day of their disaster. And so it makes it really clear that the Lord is going to intervene. The day of the Lord is near against all the nations. There will be deliverance, verse 17, on Mount Zion. So I think as believers, we have a responsibility not to turn our backs or to celebrate the difficulties that Israel may be facing right now. We have a responsibility to care for them. And then last of all, I think the best answer for us is to remember that Israel's help as a nation doesn't come from the United States, even though I believe people should look carefully at those verses in Obadiah to remind us of that. But Psalm 121 is a great reminder. It says, I will lift toward the mountains. Where will my help come from? Usually the mountains is where you got your help. The cavalry is coming to ride to the rescue. Then the psalmist says, no, my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. Your protector will not slumber. Indeed, the guardian of Israel does not slumber or sleep. So I remember many years ago during some negotiations about 1998, Benjamin Netanyahu was in his first term as prime minister of Israel, and he said, I am responsible for the security of Israel. And I thought, well, he has been delegated that responsibility, but the real responsibility is the God of Israel, who neither slumbers nor sleeps. He's the one that will take care of that, and that's what we have to trust and pray for.